What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another video, and in today's video we're going to answer kind of a cool question. What was the biggest Triceratops that has ever been found? So I already went over the biggest Tyrannosaurus Rex that had ever been found, and you guys can see that in last week's video by pretty much clicking the card. But what did that Tyrannosaurus Rex eat? Well, as everybody I'm sure is kind of sort of aware of, Triceratops was a very, very common prey source for Tyrannosaurus Rex. Triceratops has been made famous by, well, Triceratops has been made almost as famous as T-Rex, primarily because we found a bunch of them, so we actually do know a lot about the dinosaur itself. It appears in almost every dinosaur-related media out there, as well as, like, not so much like dinosaur-related educational media, because it was on featured heavily in the first Jurassic Park movie. There's Triceratops in the Land Before Time. I'm sure everybody remembers Sarah that's ever saw that show. She was a Triceratops. And the cool part with Sarah is like her horns actually aren't fully developed, which we've now discovered is pretty much what little Triceratops would have actually looked like. Because they actually went through different types of growth stages where their horns and their frills would be different shapes the older they got, like progressing into adulthood, and which creates some controversy out there as to whether or not Torosaurus is actually just a mature Triceratops. I don't know what the running math is on that. It'd be kind of interesting if it's proven true. I think Jack Horner thinks it's true. But, I think as of right now, at least, there isn't any real evidence about that. But you know what? All that doesn't matter because Triceratops is still one of the coolest dinosaurs out there. It was the favorite food source of T-Rex, and we actually have a lot of evidence of T-Rex eating Triceratops. And they also managed to arguably kill probably a lot of the Triceratops, or sorry, they also probably managed to kill a lot of Tyrannosaurs that actually were crazy enough to attack them. Because they're essentially the Tyrannosaurus going up against a tank with three giant spears sticking out of the front of its head. Well, kinda. I guess it had like the nose horn, but they primarily used the two above their eyes for defense as well as sparring with other males. And those sparring matches would occasionally injure the Triceratops themselves. Uh, but all that being said, though, guys, which one of these things was the biggest that we have ever found? Now, by biggest, you've already got to think a regular Triceratops itself could reach 30 feet long and weigh over 12 tons. So this is the biggest of what was already one of the biggest herbivores ever on the planet. So I'm going to go ahead and read this article, which is going to tell us which is the biggest Triceratops we have ever been found. But before I do that, guys, please remember to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, follow me on all my social medias, which will be listed down below, and drop some comments down below with what you guys would like to see me cover next, as well as what you guys think about this article and any memories you guys have of Triceratops. So let's go ahead and get into this. So like I always like to say, guys, I don't actually own the rights to any of these articles. I simply use them to pass along information. This particular article belongs to NBCnews.com. If you guys would like, please go over there and show them some love. But we're going to stick around, so also please stick around for the video so I can give you guys some of the highlights of the article telling you which is the biggest Triceratops. And this is a Triceratops skeleton, as you guys can tell. Here we go. Big John has the world record for the largest Triceratops skull yet found, over 5 feet long, and was probably among the largest of its kind. Although Triceratops were plant eaters, they were also huge. It is estimated that an adult was around 30 feet long and weighed more than 12 tons. Much of that mass was in its gigantic head, which was studded with three large horns, two above the eyes and one on its nose, and protected by the bony frill around its neck. Some scientists suggest the distinctive horns and neck frills of Triceratops may have been mainly to protect them from other Triceratops, rather than other types of dinosaurs that might have regarded them as food. That would mean that the horns and neck frills of Triceratops were used not only as a display, but also a means of attack and defense against other members of their species. And actually, there's actually a lot of evidence to say that it wasn't just like some bland frill. It probably had like lots of colors, and they're very vibrant, and it was used as like kind of like a dual purpose where they would attract mates with it and also deter predators with it because they would probably all gather around in a circle, kind of like modern day bison probably did, with the youngest individuals in the center and scare off predators just through sheer number. Commercial paleontologist Walter Stein and the Big John skeleton was up to 45% complete and the skull was up to 75% complete when he found it on a ranch in South Dakota in 2014. While the rest of it had long rotted away, the missing bones were replaced in the reconstruction with casts of bones from other Triceratops skeletons. And that, I believe, is Big John. Stein noted Triceratops skeletons are one of the most commonly found dinosaur fossils in the western United States, with more than 330 skeletons and skulls known. His team is now working on 3 more, including one that is probably even larger than Big John. So there may actually even be bigger ones than Big John. He's just the biggest one we have found and actually completely studied so far. Okay, well, there you guys have it. Just a few facts about Triceratops and what was the biggest Triceratops. His name was Big John, and I hope, let me know in the comments down below if you guys ever actually seen that particular skeleton. That would be really interesting to know. Also, please go and like show that article some love. It actually goes into like how they found a gash on the frill, which probably got infected and actually led to that particular dinosaur's death, which is honestly just what makes paleontology just so awesome when it comes down to things like that, is that you can just find out things like that. It's like a big forensics thing. But all that being said, though, guys, please let me know what you guys thought in the towel section down below. And please like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video.